Coming up on Coronation Street next week, disturbing scenes are ahead as Shona will be kidnapped and placed in the back of a van against her will. Shona is obviously terrified and cries out for help, but nobody will hear her. At this point it's not clear who has kidnapped her, but I suspect it's Harvey and his criminal associates who have been targeting the Platt family recently. Later in the week, David has had just about enough of being in Harvey's crosshairs and reaches out to a man named Andy he met in prison. He asks Andy to do a favour for him, but I wonder if this could put an end to things or end up making matters even worse. Abby continues to struggle with her mental health and suffers from a severe panic attack while walking through the precinct. Pretty soon she begins imagining her late son Seb lying in the exact spot where Mason was recently stabbed. It appears her hallucinations and mental stability are getting worse and worse as time goes on. Later on, Abby returns home to find Kevin talking with a social worker. I wonder who has contacted social services about them, and could it be to do with Abby's recent mental struggles? Leanne begins doing her community service she was sentenced to after her recent fraud case, where she tried to make it look like Nick and Toya were stealing money from the bistro. But during her litter picking around the streets, it appears she attracts an unwanted crowd as a group of teenagers begin harassing and heckling her. Leanne already seemed humiliated by having to do this in the first place, and this makes matters even worse. Also on Coronation Street next week, Amy will get a nasty surprise during a night out when she bumps into Aaron's father Eric. The group of lads he is with are all wearing t-shirts printed with Aaron's face on, reminding Amy of what he did to her. Eric tries speaking to Amy, but it seems Amy has no intention of sticking around to hear what he has to say.